Hey everyone, welcome back to PokeMarketLab. We are bringing you some more underrated singles in the market. This is just my selection of cards that I think look cool. This is not data driven. This is not based on anything other than I think the card looks cool and I think it's not getting the attention that it deserves. So that could be from a price standpoint, from a volume standpoint. These are cards that I think have a little bit more room to run. And another caveat here, everything is up. It's literally hard to find any card any card over $5 that isn't up in the last 30 to 60 days. So just keep that in mind. Not everything here means it's got a 200% to run. This does not mean, hey, go out and speculate on these cards. This is just stuff, again, that I think I like that looks underrated to me. Introducing today's video sponsor, Sleeved TCG. Sleeved TCG is a Discord community. This contains discussion groups, in-stock notifications for some of the largest big box stores, so you don't miss out. Lots of discussion happening there surrounding investing, collecting, what's happening in the hobby, everything you need to stay informed. So stop refreshing websites, stop driving to stores, let Sleeved TCG bring the information to you. Join their Discord now at no cost to you and catch them all without the chase. Sleeved TCG. First off, we're going to go with Ditto VMAX from Shiny Vault, sitting right around $6, less than 100 of these on TCG Player, and this is only up about, it's actually down in the last 30 days, only up about 10-12% in the last 3 months. As you know, Shining Fates is old at this point, no more of these coming to market, so if this is a card that looks good to you, might be time to pick it up. On to Zerora from Stellar Crown. Stellar Crown, an underappreciated set, really solid set in this era. This card is up 52% in the last 1 month here, sitting right around $9. I think this is a beautiful card. This is one that's in my cart to purchase because I think it's kind of flew under the radar. And that's what's great about doing this kind of exercise is you really find cards, we're all looking at the top SIRs for these sets. And we kind of ignore some of these cheaper cards sometimes. And unfortunately, some of them aren't cheap anymore. But, to get a card that you really want that looks good in your collection for under $10 is literally a steal these days. So it's great to just kind of switch things up and sort by low and see what kind of cards that you might like that are really cheap. It's not all about value. Going on to Shrouded Fable. Yes, the set that everyone hates. There's actually a few good cards, or I think there's a few good cards in this set. One of the core tenets of my investment strategy is look where others aren't looking. If you really think Shrouded Fable's that bad, give it a second look. Everything is worth something at a certain price. Keep that in mind. So this particular card is up over the last 3 months, up about 40%, but a very cheap card, and there's plenty of volume here. So that's a reminder from the last video I did on the singles. I want to see volume. If I see volume, that's a good indicator for me. This one is still just dirt cheap, right above $5. They're sitting at $6 here. So I think this one's just a cute card. Yeah, I think this has room to move. Another one from Shrouded Fable, Monkey Dory. I love the name. Not familiar with this Pokemon. I don't know if it was new for Shrouded Fable, but only 100 of these listed on TCG Player. Excuse me. Plenty of volume here. $15 card. I think this is actually one of the gems of Shrouded Fable. Give Shrouded Fable another look. Look through. There's definitely some value there, especially with ETBs under $40 still. I don't think those are going to last that long. I think people are going to realize it's not a great set. I didn't say it was a great set. It's not a bad set. There's some stuff in there, especially at that price. There's some decent stuff in there, so give it another look. Paldea Evolved Flamigo. I thought this was just a cool card when I saw it. It's cheap. It's under $5. This price history chart is not correct. There's plenty of sales here. It's a cheap card. Again, the market is looking at all these cheap cards right now, seeing what the next pickup is, kind of like we're doing here, hoping to speculate on some cards here. But yeah, this is a cool looking card. That's the kind of stuff that I like. Stuff that's just out of the ordinary, different kind of art style. I'm kind of looking for stuff that grabs me. It's not necessarily based on a certain Pokemon. I'm not like a 151. Someone who's like, I only pick up 151. I just go where whatever looks good for me. Going to Scarlet and Violet base, Graveyard. I think that's how you pronounce it. This is a cool card. You see there's this dog, this Graveyard. He's sitting, I don't know what the candle is about here. That's kind of weird, but he's on top of a couple carpets here, a Gengar and a Ghastly, and he's a Pokeball. I just thought this was a cool card. I hate that they did the scans like this for Scarlet and Violet base. These cards are way punchier in person in terms of saturation than you see here. It just makes them look dull. I wish they would update these. Scarlet and Violet is getting a little old now at this point. The reprint risk is probably probably not there at this point, given the market was pretty against it. So 100 of these listed at TCG Player, $6 price tag for near mint copies. So I think that's a pretty good pickup here. I think it's a cute card. Another one from Scarlet and Violet base, Dundozo. I just thought, again, this was cool. This was interesting. I bet this looks way better in person. The scans they did on Scarlet and Violet base just dull everything out. This one is up 72% of last month, but there's plenty of volume. It's still really cheap, and this has some room to run. Again, we're not likely to get a lot of people cracking Scarlet and Violet base to get singles to the market. So what you see here is probably what you get. Going to the Palafin from Obsidian Flames. This one was not on my radar. I thought this was an awesome looking card. It is up a little bit from the last few months, up 60%, but it's cheap. It's a $3 card in near mint. I think this is a cute card. Lots of these available on TCG Player, of course, because it's of the rarity here, and pull rates of Obsidian Flames, of course. But just a cool, very cool card. I thought it was very cute. It looks great in person. Veluza from Paradox Rift. You got Starmie in the background here. I thought this was an interesting card. Again, cheap, not up too much in the last few months, sitting right around $5 on TCG Player. I thought that was an interesting one. Espathra from Paradox Rift. Very, very cool looking card. I bet this is amazing in person. This is only up 11% in the last few months, sitting right around $5. That's kind of the magical point here, price point that I like. And I just thought that was a cool looking. Again, I'm just looking through the gallery of cards and just, oh, that piques my interest. That's what I do when I'm at card shows picking up singles. That's what I typically do. So it's the same thing when I'm at my local game store. What piques my interest? What looks interesting to me that stands out? That's what I want when I go through my binders. I want cards that are punchy. All right, going on to Minior from Paradox Rift. Another cool looking cute card. I bet the colors on this are fantastic in person. Only up 17% in the last month. Plenty of volume here. Less than 100 on TCG Player. Sitting at $11. Great looking card. Bronzor from Temporal Forces. This is, I thought, again, a cool looking card. Colors look really cool. Under $5 here. That was kind of what I was looking for when I was pulling this video. What can we find? What kind of deals do we have under $5? There's not many. A lot of these cards would be in the $1 to $2 category typically and have already started to run up. Again, the money is flowing. It's the spillover concept, right? Where money just keep hitting these expensive SIRs and the money keeps flowing down to the cheaper stuff, trying to gobble up what it can. In this bull market. Everything's hot regardless of what it is. So make sure when you're buying stuff, buy stuff that you like. You can't go wrong when you buy stuff you like. So I think this is a cool card. $3 under the $4 mark here, and 136 listed on TCG Player. Only up about 30% in the last month or so. Lickitung from Temporal Forces. This one's under $10. I just love this card. It's just cool. It's cute. It's funny. It just stands out next to other cards. Yeah, it's under 100 listed on TCG Player. So a great looking card. I'm not even gonna Cinchino Temporal Forces. Another cool looking card. This is one I got in my cart that I'm gonna grab for my daughter. I think she's gonna love that. She's got a little mini, one of those 4-up little Pokemon binders there to collect some cards when she pulls packs. So really cool looking cards. So this one's in for her. Only up 14% in the last few months. So very, very affordable. Pinsir from Twilight Masquerade. Again, you gotta look down the value chain. You gotta go down, down, down. Sort by low instead of sorting by high. I love the art style on this. Heavy inking on, or heavy lines here. Cartoon kind of style. I like this. Sitting at $9, 127 listed on TCG Player. Really nice chart here. Definitely up in the last month or so. Up 50-60% in the last few months. But good looking card. Twilight Masquerade, a fantastic set. Twilight is likely to get reprinted, so just keep that in mind if you are buying sealed or singles from Twilight Masquerade. It is a high reprint risk at this point. Pikachu EX from Surging Sparks. This is the double rare. This one actually hasn't recovered since Surging Sparks came out. I think this is a good looking card. I think that's cheap for Pikachu. There's lots of them available. There's tons of volume of this. Look at the average daily sell rate of 80 of these per day over the last 3 months. In the last month, down to 60 per day. Still really solid. So that means that 500 wall, that's going to come down quickly. I think that's cheap for a gorgeous, gorgeous Pikachu. Under $10. That one's going to go down in history. I know it doesn't seem like it right now, but this is probably one of the better buys of this video. Again, that $18 was a pre-release price. But compared to everything else on Surging Sparks, which it just drove straight up after release, this one has sat pretty flat, and I think it's a good looking Pikachu. So definitely one of the better buys here, actually flat in the last few months. Another one from Surging Sparks, one of my favorites, Skarmory, again, did not recover after release. I have one of these. This is just a cool looking card. This is one that stands out in the binder. It's beautiful. It's a cool, I love the faux chrome here on the Pokemon that's in the drawing. It's just beautiful art style. A little more expensive here. This one's at $17, but it's, again, this one's relatively cheap compared to the fact that it pre-ordered for a lot more than that. I would definitely pick one of these up. I think it's a fantastic card. And again, Surging Sparks is getting expensive, so it's only 100 of these listed on TCG Player. Are people cracking $250 Surging Sparks boxes right now to put singles on the market? Probably not. So even with Surging Sparks getting likely reprinted here in the next few months, I don't see this price moving all that much. There's just so much demand for these cards. Just look at this. Same thing here. This isn't even a Pikachu, and this is sold almost 2,000 copies here. Average daily sell rate of 20 in the last month. So still moving really, really, really well. So it's only a matter of time. This has much less of a wall than the Pikachu. So I think this one's a good buy too. There's only a matter of time before this starts going up again. Cast Form, Sunny Form, again, just a cool looking cute card. My daughter's going to love seeing this. Only up 9% in the last few months, $9 market price. This is from Surging Sparks again. So there's definitely, the top SIRs from Surging Sparks definitely held their own and from a value standpoint. But if you go down to the cheaper stuff, the quantity that comes to market for a set like Surging Sparks just drives this price down. There's just never going to be enough demand for those cards. So that's where you want to look for those new sets that typically always take a hit in terms of price relative to pre-order pricing. So that's where kind of the magic is for some of these sets. I just think it's a cool looking card. Another one from Surging Sparks, Alolan Dugtrio. This one's just funny. You get the blonde-haired Dugtrio here. Just a funny card. This one's actually down 24% versus the pre-order pricing. This one's actually crawled back up a bit. And again, a very, very cute card sitting right at about $10 a card. And again, I think we're going to start seeing a lot of these cheaper cards start to dry up in Surging Sparks. There's not a lot of product getting opened and pushing, supplying singles into the market here. Another one from Surging Sparks. This one I forgot to get. I talked about this pre-release, but I forgot to pick it up before release here. This is Feel, lovingly referred to as Feel Team 6. Very, very cool card. I have to get this. Is on my must-buy list after doing this. I reminded myself I need one of these. And again, just another cool card. It's further down the list of value cards here, but only $12. 123 of these unlisted on TCG Player and still selling very, very, very well. So I think this is a must buy at this price. Going to Crown Zenith, Electivire from Crown Zenith Galarian Gallery. Only a $2 card. This one's up quite a bit over the last few months, up almost 100%, but just a cool looking. I love that art style with that thick outline around it. I just think it's very nostalgic to me. So this is a very cool card, very cheap, easy to pick up a few of these and hold on to them. Really interesting card. I thought this reminds me of something right out of a children's book, Lunatone. Only $2. It is up big over the last few months, but it's still really cheap. And this is, remember, all these Crown Zenith cards, we're not getting more of this to the product of the market, right? Sea and Sky is just about done here. I cannot imagine we get more Crown Zenith to the market, and it's getting so expensive to the point where you're just not getting singles back into the market. So this is a time to start picking up stuff that you like from Crown Zenith. Actually, the time was probably about 3 to 4 months ago, but still, this is a really cool card. I like it, and really cheap to pick up. And another one from Crown Zenith, Keldeo. Yes, Keldeo. 85% up in the last few months. Only 100 of these listed, under $5 on TCG Player. That's a really cool looking card. Beautiful coloring. Yellow borders. This was the last yellow border set, right? Before we got into Scarlet and Violet base. So pretty nostalgic. I never actually, first time thinking about that. That's true. And I never thought about that before. That is the bookend of the yellow bordered era. So that kind of means something, I think, right? And another one from the Galarian Gallery, Hatterene VMAX, $4 listed on TCG Player. Quite a few of these available. This one's only up 10% in the last month or so. Again, it piqued my interest, so I put it on the list. Again, really hard to try to find cards that are flat not up a lot. And I think that's where, if you're looking below $5, say it's up 100%, it's like, okay, it went from $1 to $2, right? It's still a really cheap card, really no risk. It's not like you're spending $100 on a card and it's already up 100%, right? So I think that's where the magic is right now in the market, is looking at stuff like that. I mean, sealed is like across the board, and that typically one of the things I enjoy is trying to find sealed product that's really cheap. That's like fun to me. I don't care. I pick it up anyway. It's part of my purchasing plan every month. But if I can find sealed cheap, that's like, it's like a game, right? And now I'm kind of doing it with singles, because it's just there's nothing to be found in seal. Like MSRP is like, if you can find an MSRP, you've had a good day. So hope you enjoyed this video. These are really fun to do. Certainly running out of cards to find here. I'm gonna have to start going back in time. I think we're gonna have to start hitting like XY era and Sun and Moon, and see if we can find anything back that far at this point. So again, hope you liked this video. That's it for today. PokeMarketLab out.